Scarlet Street, 1945. Starring Edward G. Robinson and Joan Bennett. Scarlet Street is a psychological film noir released in December 1945. It tells the tragic and ultimately devastating story of Christopher "Chris" Cross, a meek, middle-aged cashier who becomes entangled with a manipulative woman and her criminal boyfriend, ultimately leading to betrayal, crime, and personal ruin. The narrative is as follows. Chris, an unassuming clothier's cashier with a passion for painting, who leads a routine, lonely life with his nagging wife. One night he encounters Kitty March, whom he thinks he rescues from an assault, but is really just witnessing her squabble with her boyfriend. Smitten, Chris is slowly drawn into a deceptive romance when Kitty and her boyfriend Johnny Prince exploit his gullible nature, convincing him they believe he's a successful artist and siphoning his money and devotion. Chris's paintings become valuable, but his identity as the artist is obscured. Kitty takes the credit as the artist. This deepens the dramatic irony and emotional torment. As the deception deepens, Chris is driven into moral compromise, including theft and ultimately murder, followed by devastating guilt and psychological decline. As the deception deepens, Chris is driven into moral compromise, including theft and ultimately murder, followed by devastating guilt and psychological decline. The film is bleak, with no conventional uplifting ending. Chris is left emotionally and socially ruined, embodying noir's fatalistic worldview. The film is dark and shadowy in true noir style. Director Fritz Lang draws on his German expressionist background, shaping urban New York environments into psychological landscapes of fear and entrapment. The city is depicted as a labyrinth where characters are isolated, driven by loneliness and desire, another noir hallmark. Scarlet Street is an American adaptation of the French novel La Chienne by Georges de la Fouchardière and its 1931 film adaptation by Jean Renoir. Fritz Lang transposed the narrative to a bleak American urban landscape. Real paintings used in the film were created by artist John Decker, and some were significant enough to be exhibited at the Museum of Modern Art after release, a rare crossover from film props to fine art display. The film was banned in multiple U.S. cities, including New York State, Milwaukee, and Atlanta, for depictions of amorality, illicit relationships, and characters not facing conventional punishment. Scarlet Street stands out in classic noir for its deep psychological focus, its exploration of obsession and exploitation, and its stylistic marriage of expressionist form and noir content. Rather than just a crime story, it's a character study, a cautionary tale of how desire and self-deception can dismantle a life. We hope you have enjoyed this introduction to this noir classic. You can find Scarlet Street on several streaming platforms, including YouTube. Be sure to check out the film. You won't be disappointed, and will likely add this classic to your list of noir favorites. Be sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons and add your comments on the film. Until next time, see you in the shadows.